Santa Barbara, 1984 to 1993, the iconic soap opera that captivated millions, remains a beloved classic even after 4 decades. As we step into 2025, fans are curious to know what happened to the cast who brought the drama and intrigue of Santa Barbara to life. From their personal triumphs to professional achievements, this article takes a nostalgic journey to explore where the stars are now, uncovering the fascinating paths they've taken since the show ended. Get ready to catch up with the beloved actors who made Santa Barbara an unforgettable part of television history. Jed Allen, born on March 1, 1935, played the powerful and sometimes ruthless C.C. Capwell in Santa Barbara from 1986. He was 51 years old when he took on the role of the wealthy patriarch of the Capwell family, a character known for his strong will and determination to protect his family's legacy. Throughout his career, Jed worked on numerous television shows, with notable roles in Dallas and General Hospital. His personal life, however, was complicated by his 2 divorces, including a difficult relationship with his first wife, Toby Brown, from whom he had 3 children. One of his sons tragically passed away from a drug overdose, a devastating blow that deeply affected Jed. Despite his success on screen, Jed faced constant pressure from both his health and family struggles. His later years were spent in relative privacy, though he continued acting. Jed Allen passed away on March 9, 2019, at the age of 84, due to natural causes. His death marked the end of a remarkable career but underscored the personal tragedies he endured over his lifetime. Roscoe Bourne, born on November 24, 1950, joined Santa Barbara in 1989, playing the manipulative and complex Robert Barr. At 39 years old, Roscoe brought intensity to the role of a character who was often tangled in devious schemes, making him a memorable presence on the show. Beyond his acting career, Roscoe faced a number of personal struggles. His relationships, including his first marriage to actress Laura Richardson, were often marked by turmoil, and his subsequent marriage was marred by tension, leading to separation. Throughout his life, Roscoe battled alcohol addiction, which strained both his personal and professional life. His career, while successful, had several peaks and valleys, with moments of conflict on set and professional setbacks. On top of this, Roscoe suffered from the loss of close friends and family members, deepening his struggles with depression. Tragically, Roscoe Bourne passed away on March 3, 2020, at the age of 69, due to complications from a long history of depression. Nicholas Coster, born on December 3, 1933, portrayed the suave and devious Lionel Lockridge, a key character in Santa Barbara from the show's inception in 1984. At 51 years old when he joined the series, Nicholas brought complexity and charm to his role as the antagonist to the Capwell family. While he built a respected career in television, his personal life was marked by struggles. He was married 3 times, with his first marriage ending in divorce. His second marriage was volatile, filled with rumors of infidelity, and ultimately, his relationships faced strain. Coster also dealt with financial difficulties and battled depression, which made it difficult for him to maintain a steady career during difficult periods. Despite these personal challenges, he continued working and appeared in a range of television shows and films. Nicholas Coster passed away on June 26, 2023, at the age of 89, from natural causes. His life, much like his on-screen roles, was filled with drama, and his death marked the end of a life spent in the spotlight, marked by both achievements and personal heartaches. John Callahan, born on December 23, 1953, is best remembered for his role as the ambitious and morally complex Craig Hunt in Santa Barbara, which he began in 1989 at the age of 36. Callahan had a diverse career, starting in the theater before transitioning to soap operas, with notable stints in All My Children and Days of Our Lives. Despite his success on screen, his personal life was marked by misfortune. In 2010, he suffered a debilitating stroke that left him partially paralyzed, significantly altering his life and career. Callahan was married to actress Eva LaRue, with whom he had a daughter named Kaya. However, their marriage ended in divorce in 2014, and Callahan faced a series of financial and health challenges. His determination to keep acting was admirable, but in his later years, he found himself in the midst of ongoing struggles. John Callahan passed away on March 28, 2020, at the age of 66 from complications related to a stroke. His life, though filled with hardship, showed his resilience and dedication to family and career until the end. Terry Lester, born on April 13, 1950, brought to life the suave and conflicted Mason Capwell on Santa Barbara starting in 1989 at the age of 39. Lester's portrayal of Mason was one of the standout performances on the show, capturing the character's deep internal struggles between his family's expectations and his personal desires. Behind the scenes, Lester's life was filled with both professional highs and personal lows. He was known to have had a complicated love life, grappling with his sexual orientation and enduring multiple troubled relationships. In 1991, Lester left Santa Barbara under a cloud of tension with the show's producers, and his career never fully recovered, despite some stage and theater work. In the early 2000s, Lester was diagnosed with AIDS, a diagnosis he faced quietly and with little public attention. On November 28, 2003, at the age of 53, Terry Lester passed away due to complications from the disease, leaving behind a legacy of a beloved soap star whose career was marked by both acclaim and tragedy. Janice Page, born on September 16, 1922, played the formidable Minx Lockridge on Santa Barbara starting in 1990, at the age of 68. With a career that began in the 1940s, she was a versatile actress known for her roles in films such as Bait, 1949, and Too Rich for a Bride, 1947. However, her personal life was far from perfect. She married businessman Howard B. Pearl, but their union ended in divorce, and Janice did not have children, which she later described as a source of personal grief. In the late 1970s, she faced significant financial struggles due to some ill-advised investments, a challenge she could never fully recover from. Despite these setbacks, Janice remained dedicated to her craft, landing her role in Santa Barbara in her later years. She spent her final years in relative peace, enjoying retirement in the company of close friends. Janice passed away on June 2, 2024, at the age of 101, from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and strength. Christopher Mayer, born on February 21, 1954, was a heartthrob in Santa Barbara when he played the charming and adventurous T.J. Daniels, beginning in 1987 at the age of 33. T.J. was a charismatic, free-spirited character who captivated audiences with his romantic entanglements and daring exploits. Off-screen, Mayer's life was not as carefree as his on-screen persona. Struggling with substance abuse in his early years, he found it difficult to maintain stable relationships, and his career outside of Santa Barbara was marked by periods of financial instability and personal challenges. Mayer was married twice, first to actress Melissa Gilbert, though their relationship ended after a brief period, and later to a woman named Margaret, with whom he had 2 children. Though he kept working in smaller roles in TV and film, Mayer's personal troubles overshadowed his career. He died on July 24, 2011, at the age of 57 from natural causes. Henry Darrow, born on September 15, 1933, was 56 years old when he began portraying Rafael Castillo on Santa Barbara in 1989. A distinguished actor, Henry's career spanned decades, with roles in shows like The High Chaparral and Zorro. His personal life, however, was marked by numerous challenges. Henry was married 3 times, and his first marriage to actress Linda Cristal resulted in a son, Gregory. Despite his success on screen, Henry's marriages faced difficulty, and he struggled with depression, particularly after his divorces. The emotional toll of these separations was compounded by the strain of constantly being in the public eye. Yet, Henry found solace in his work, continuing to act in both television and film, and he became an advocate for Latino representation in Hollywood. Henry's later years were marked by a sense of peace as he reconnected with old friends and stayed active in his community. He passed away on March 14, 2021, at the age of 87, from natural causes, leaving behind a lasting impact on both his fans and the entertainment industry. Marge Ducey, born on February 20, 1936, was 51 years old when she joined Santa Barbara in 1987 as the ambitious Pamela Capwell Conrad. Known for her role in daytime television, Marge also appeared in All My Children and Guiding Light, becoming a familiar face to many. However, her personal life was a mix of both triumph and tragedy. Her first marriage to actor Richard Klein ended in divorce, and she suffered the emotional pain of losing a child early in their marriage. Despite these heartaches, Marge continued to thrive professionally. She also faced financial troubles, particularly due to a poor real estate investment in the 1990s, but she remained resilient throughout. Marge was known for her professionalism and warmth, both on and off screen. In her later years, she reflected on her career and life with a sense of acceptance. Marge passed away on January 28, 2020, at the age of 83, from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of iconic television roles and personal strength. Joel Crothers, born on January 28, 1941, joined Santa Barbara in 1985, portraying the charming and mysterious Jack Stanfield Lee. At 44 years old, Joel brought a sense of intrigue and intensity to his character, which quickly captivated audiences. However, Joel's personal life was far more complex and tragic than his on-screen persona suggested. He had struggled with addiction for many years, a battle that affected both his career and relationships. Joel had been married twice, but his personal life was often overshadowed by his demons. His career had ups and downs, and despite his talent, he faced numerous challenges in finding consistent work. Tragically, Joel was diagnosed with AIDS, which was still a relatively new and misunderstood illness at the time. His death from AIDS-related complications in 1985, at the age of 44, shocked his family, friends, and fans. Joel Crothers passed away on November 6, 1985, shortly after his role on Santa Barbara had begun, leaving behind a legacy cut short by personal struggles and health challenges. Michelle Nicastro, born on March 31, 1960, took on the role of Sasha Schmidt, an ambitious and talented character, in Santa Barbara starting in 1986. At 26 years old, Michelle quickly gained attention for her portrayal of a woman struggling to balance her personal desires and artistic career. Despite her early success, Michelle's life behind the scenes was marked by personal turmoil. Her marriage to actor Steve Bannon ended in divorce, and her relationship with her only son was often strained due to the pressures of her career. Michelle also faced periods of deep insecurity and isolation, struggling with health issues that would eventually play a major role in her life. Her battle with cancer, which began in the mid-2000s, became a major obstacle in her quest for happiness. She continued acting and working in the arts, but the illness took a significant toll. Michelle Nicastro passed away on November 4, 2010, at the age of 50, after a courageous battle with cancer. Stella Stevens, born on October 1, 1938, brought her bold energy to the role of Phyllis Blake in Santa Barbara in 1989 at the age of 51. She was already an accomplished actress by then, having starred in numerous films during the 1960s and 1970s. However, Stella's personal life was fraught with challenges that often overshadowed her public success. She had been married twice, with both marriages ending in divorce. Throughout her life, Stella dealt with financial instability, and despite her iconic status in Hollywood, she struggled with the shifting nature of her career. Her relationships were often turbulent, and she faced difficult moments with her son and former partners. Despite these challenges, Stella was resilient and continued to appear in various television shows and films. In her later years, Stella faced a decline in health, but she remained active and maintained her love for the industry. Stella Stevens passed away on February 17, 2023, at the age of 84, due to natural causes. Judith Anderson, born on February 10, 1897, was a revered stage and film actress who portrayed the indomitable Minx Lockridge on Santa Barbara starting in 1984 at the age of 87. Her role as the powerful and cunning matriarch who controlled her family's fate was a standout in the soap opera. Anderson's career, which spanned across Broadway and Hollywood, was filled with triumphs, but her later years were marked by personal tragedies. She never married, although there were rumors of a secret love affair with a famous actor early in her career. Anderson faced a difficult relationship with her own family, as her success led to estrangement from her siblings, who resented her fame and ambition. In her final years, she grappled with loneliness and health issues. Despite these challenges, Anderson remained fiercely independent and continued to act until her passing. Judith Anderson passed away on January 3, 1992, at the age of 94 from pneumonia. Wolf Muser, born on October 23, 1950, brought to life the brooding and enigmatic Marcello Armanti on Santa Barbara starting in 1985, when he was 35 years old. Muser's portrayal of Marcello, a character with a tortured past and dark motivations, made him a fan favorite, but his personal life was far from the glamorous Hollywood image. Muser battled with personal demons, including substance abuse and periods of severe depression. He had a tumultuous love life, having married twice, but both marriages ended in bitter divorces. Muser had one child from his second marriage, a son named Luca, but struggled with absentee fatherhood, leading to a strained relationship with his child. Professionally, his career fluctuated, with the success of Santa Barbara followed by a series of disappointing roles in less notable productions. Muser also faced financial struggles, which only added to his emotional burdens. Despite all of this, he found solace in acting, even in his later years. Wolf Muser passed away on March 30, 2022, at the age of 71, after a long battle with heart disease. Carmen Zapata, born on July 15, 1927, portrayed the wise and loving Carmen Castillo on Santa Barbara, beginning her role in 1985 at the age of 58. Carmen Castillo was a nurturing presence on the show, known for her devotion to her family and cultural values. Off-screen, Zapata's life was filled with its own emotional challenges. She married twice, but both of her marriages ended in divorce due to her partner's infidelities and her own dedication to her career, which strained her family life. Zapata was also known for her intense connection to her mother, who was emotionally demanding, a relationship that took a toll on Zapata's mental health. She had no children of her own, though she often spoke of the pain of not having a family of her own, something she regretted deeply. Despite these difficulties, Zapata maintained a strong career and was highly respected for her talents. She also experienced health problems in her later years, which affected her ability to work. Carmen Zapata passed away on January 5, 2014, at the age of 86 due to heart failure. Marcy Walker, born on November 26, 1961, portrayed Eden Capwell Castillo on Santa Barbara starting in 1984, at the age of 23. Eden was known for her fierce independence and strength, overcoming a series of personal challenges throughout her storyline. In her own life, Marcy faced many obstacles, including a tumultuous marriage to actor and producer, Matt Crane, whom she married in 1984. The relationship ended in divorce in 1986, which deeply affected her emotional well-being. During this time, she also battled with personal struggles related to body image and self-esteem. Marcy's career continued to flourish, but she often felt the weight of public expectations, which led her to step away from the spotlight at various points in her life. As of 2025, Marcy is 63 years old and continues to focus on her personal life, with a deeper appreciation for her family and the challenges she's overcome throughout her career and life. Martinez, born on September 27, 1948, played the role of Cruz Castillo on Santa Barbara starting in 1984, at the age of 36. Cruz was a passionate and heroic character who often found himself at the center of dramatic, high-stakes situations. Martinez's career spanned both television and film, where he gained recognition for his versatility. However, his personal life was marked by challenges. He struggled with marital difficulties throughout his life, having been married twice. His first marriage to Sherry K. Brown ended in divorce, and though they had a daughter, they were often estranged. Later, his second marriage to actress Leslie D'Souza also faced turbulent times. In addition to marital issues, Martinez faced the heartbreaking loss of his mother, which profoundly impacted his personal and professional life. He battled bouts of depression, particularly in the aftermath of personal losses. As of 2025, he is 76 years old, still working in the industry, and reflecting on the strength he found in overcoming his personal hardships. Nancy Lee Grahn, born on April 28, 1956, began portraying Julia Wainwright on Santa Barbara in 1985, when she was 29 years old. Julia was a determined and intelligent character, embroiled in legal battles and personal vendettas, which mirrored some of Grahn's own personal struggles. Nancy's life was affected by several tragic events, including the loss of her father, which sent her into a period of grief. She also endured a rocky marriage to her first husband, which ended in divorce after several years. After the divorce, she found herself struggling with balancing her professional commitments and being a single mother to her daughter, Caitlin. In addition to this, Nancy faced an ongoing battle with health issues, including a long struggle with fibromyalgia, which led to several health-related challenges in her personal and professional life. As of 2025, she is 68 years old, continuing her work in television and reflecting on the resilience that has carried her through the hardships in her life. Robin Matson, born on June 1, 1956, took on the role of the cunning and manipulative Gina Timmons in Santa Barbara starting in 1985. She was 29 years old when she joined the cast, bringing her character's intense pursuit of power and her willingness to use others for personal gain to life. Despite her success on screen, Robin's personal life was fraught with hardships that mirrored her character's manipulative nature. She faced several failed relationships, and her first marriage ended in divorce after only a few years. Struggling with bouts of depression, Robin found it difficult to maintain lasting relationships, and her career, despite notable roles in soap operas, experienced a decline. The pressures of balancing fame with personal struggles also affected her mental health. However, Robin found solace in her family and eventually remarried, though her past continued to haunt her. As of 2025, she is 68 years old and has continued to be involved in the acting world, albeit in smaller roles. Judith McConnell, born on April 6, 1944, portrayed the elegant and resilient Sophia Capwell starting in 1984. She was 40 years old when she began her role on Santa Barbara, a role that showcased her ability to navigate a complex, often tumultuous, family life. Despite the grace she portrayed on screen, Judith faced numerous personal struggles. Her early years were marked by the trauma of a difficult childhood, and she later endured the painful end of a marriage in which she was unable to find happiness or emotional fulfillment. She had one child, but her relationship with her son was often strained due to the pressures of her career. Judith faced the hardships of balancing motherhood with an acting career, which contributed to her feelings of isolation. Professionally, she had ups and downs, with Santa Barbara providing one of her most prominent roles, yet she struggled with finding consistent work after the show. Now, as of 2025, at 80 years old, Judith has remained relatively private but is known to be enjoying a quieter, more peaceful life, far removed from the dramatic days of her career. Todd McKee, born on November 7, 1963, portrayed the compassionate and dependable Ted Capwell starting in 1984 when he was just 21 years old. Ted Capwell was the epitome of loyalty and warmth, always the rock of his family, even when faced with the scandal and drama that surrounded them. Off-screen, McKee's life had its share of struggles, despite his wholesome on-screen persona. His early career saw him struggling to break free from the shadow of his Santa Barbara role, as he found it difficult to land significant roles post-show. McKee also faced emotional turmoil, battling a series of failed relationships. He married once, but his marriage ended in divorce, leaving him disillusioned about love. McKee is estranged from his family, citing a lack of support in his personal struggles, including financial hardships that occurred when his career stalled. As of 2025, Todd McKee is 61 years old and has largely retreated from the public eye, working in more private business ventures and living a quiet life away from the limelight. Lane Davies, born on July 31, 1950, took on the role of Mason Capwell in Santa Barbara, starting in 1984. He was 34 years old when he began portraying the sharp-witted and often conflicted Mason, a character torn between family loyalty and his own desires. Off-screen, Lane's personal life echoed the emotional turmoil of his character. Lane faced several personal and professional struggles throughout his life, particularly during his younger years. His first marriage ended in divorce, and he later struggled to maintain relationships due to his tendency to place his career ahead of his family. Lane also battled with bouts of depression and addiction, often finding solace in his work rather than in his personal life. His career was marked by a mixture of highs and lows, with Santa Barbara being one of his most iconic roles, but his personal happiness was often fleeting. He eventually remarried and found some sense of stability, although his past mistakes continued to weigh on him. As of 2025, Lane is 74 years old and has transitioned into more character-driven roles, living a quieter life while still maintaining a connection to the entertainment industry. Robin Wright, born on April 8, 1966, began playing the fiery Kelly Capwell Perkins in 1984 at the age of 18. Kelly, with her passionate nature, found herself constantly in dramatic relationships, embodying the turmoil and complexity of youth. Wright, like her character, endured her own share of dramatic highs and lows. After Santa Barbara, Wright went on to have a highly successful career in film, with roles in Forrest Gump and House of Cards. However, her personal life was marked by heartache. She married actor Sean Penn in 1996, but their union was marked by public scandals, leading to a messy divorce in 2010. They had 2 children, Dylan and Hopper, who have both had some challenges growing up in the public eye. Wright's career continued to soar, but she also faced struggles with addiction and heartbreak after her second marriage to actor Ben Foster fell apart. Despite her personal tragedies, Wright remains a respected figure in Hollywood. As of 2025, she is 58 years old and continues to act, although her personal life remains quiet and focused on raising her children. Louise Sorrell, born on August 6, 1940, took on the role of the calculating and manipulative Augusta Lockridge in 1984 at the age of 44. Augusta was a woman who thrived on control and power, frequently weaving complex webs of intrigue in the soap opera. Sorrell's life was anything but smooth. While her career as an actress flourished, her personal life faced significant challenges. She experienced a tumultuous marriage that ended in a bitter divorce, leaving her deeply affected by the emotional scars of betrayal and loneliness. Sorrell had no children, but her relationships were fraught with instability, and she often spoke about her inability to find true love. Beyond her family struggles, Sorrell faced the challenge of battling with chronic health issues, including depression and anxiety, particularly as she aged. Despite these hardships, she remained active in her career, though not without facing financial difficulties. As of 2025, Louise Sorrell is 84 years old and continues to stay involved in theater, but her life remains a private one marked by years of personal setbacks. Gordon Thompson, born on March 2, 1945, began playing the complex and troubled Mason Capwell on Santa Barbara in 1990, when he was 45 years old. Mason was a character torn between family obligations and his own inner turmoil. In Thompson's real life, he encountered personal struggles that mirrored his character's inner conflict. He dealt with the emotional strain of growing up in a broken home, which influenced both his acting and personal relationships. Thompson's first marriage ended in divorce after years of tension, and the separation was made even more painful by the emotional distance that followed. His second marriage also faced significant challenges, including financial difficulties and career uncertainties. Gordon suffered from the effects of these hardships, and his career saw moments of uncertainty, particularly during periods when he felt disconnected from the characters he portrayed. As of 2025, at the age of 79, Gordon remains active in acting but reflects on the personal and professional difficulties that shaped his career and life. Frank Runyon, born on August 23, 1953, portrayed Michael Donnelly on Santa Barbara starting in 1988, at the age of 35. Michael Donnelly was a dedicated and morally steadfast character, often caught in dramatic situations that tested his integrity. Runyon's personal life, however, was not as straightforward as his on-screen role. Although his career flourished, he faced significant personal hardships. Runyon experienced a difficult and tumultuous relationship with his first wife, which ended in a painful divorce. His struggles with loneliness were compounded by a devastating family tragedy when his brother passed away unexpectedly. Professionally, Runyon found success, but at the cost of his own well-being, experiencing bouts of depression and an intense struggle to balance his work and personal life. In 2025, at the age of 71, Frank Runyon continues to be active in both acting and his spiritual journey, reflecting on the highs and lows of his career and personal life. Justin Davies, born on March 30, 1948, played Keith Timmons on Santa Barbara starting in 1986, at the age of 38. Keith was known for his manipulative and ambitious nature, willing to go to any lengths for power. Davies' personal life, though successful in terms of his career, was marked by multiple hardships. Davies had an unstable relationship history, with his first marriage ending in divorce after only a few years. The emotional toll of the separation led him to struggle with personal issues, including an intense battle with alcohol dependency. At the peak of his career, Justin found himself dealing with the grief of losing close friends in the entertainment industry, which profoundly affected his mental health. In the later years, he also had to grapple with a diagnosis of a chronic illness, which temporarily sidelined him from acting. Despite these setbacks, he found a renewed sense of purpose in his work in advocacy. As of 2025, Justin Davies is 76 years old and has made a successful recovery from his health challenges, still active in his career and enjoying a quieter life with his family. Richard Eden, born on February 13, 1959, played Brick Wallace in Santa Barbara starting in 1984 when he was 25 years old. Brick was known for his loyalty, strong sense of duty, and ability to provide stability amid the chaos surrounding him. However, Richard's life outside of the show was not without its struggles. His personal battles with anxiety and depression began to affect his career, and he experienced a decline in his acting opportunities after the series ended. Richard's first marriage ended in divorce, and although he had a son named Nathan, the emotional toll of his personal life and career challenges created distance in his relationships. Financial instability also took a toll, but over the years, Richard found a renewed focus on his health and began to engage in smaller acting projects. Now, at 65 years old in 2025, Richard is living a quieter, more private life, far from the Hollywood spotlight. He remains dedicated to personal growth and spending time with his family, continuing to find peace away from the public eye. Karen Moncrief, born on December 20, 1963, portrayed the enigmatic and mysterious Cassandra Benedict on Santa Barbara starting in 1990 at the age of 27. Her character, shrouded in secrets, was central to many suspenseful storylines, drawing viewers in with her complex motivations. Off-screen, Karen also dealt with personal challenges. Growing up in a tumultuous environment, she faced difficulties in balancing her rising career with motherhood, leading to the eventual dissolution of her marriage. Health issues, particularly with stress and anxiety, caused Karen to retreat from the public eye after her role in Santa Barbara, and she sought refuge in smaller theater roles and more private, introspective projects. Despite her struggles, Karen's journey led her to a path of personal healing and spiritual growth. As of 2025, Karen, now 61 years old, continues to find fulfillment through creative endeavors and personal reflection, living a more peaceful and private life away from the media and spotlight. Who is your favorite character from Santa Barbara? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.